Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. We are from section 7 and we will be presenting about magnetic disk. For starters, I would like to introduce our group members. Me myself is Muhammad Arman Izzuddin bin Muhammad Nazri, and then brother Muhammad Najmi bin Muslim, and then the last one, brother Ifan Adib bin Sahab. So what is magnetic disk? Magnetic disk is a type of storage device that uses a magnetization process to write, rewrite, and access data. It is also covered with a magnetic coating and stores data in the form of tracks, spots, and sectors. And lastly, it is used as a secondary memory in computers. So magnetic disks have a lot of advantages and disadvantages, and one of it is cost effective. Magnetic disks are generally more cost effective compared to other storage technologies such as SSD, which is solid state drives. It is also have a high storage capacity. Magnetic disks such as hard drives, hard disk drive, HDDs, and also SSD, solid state drives, offer a large storage capacity. And for the disadvantages, magnetic disks have a slower random access speed compared to solid state drives. This is because the read-write heads need to physically move to the correct location on the disk to access data, and this resulting in higher latency and slower performance for random data access patterns. For the last disadvantage, it has a limited lifespan, which is it may experience degradation in performance and reliability. So I think that's all from me. I will pass the presentation to Brother Najmi for structure of meditations. Thank you very much.
Now, I would like to explain the magnetic disk structure. First and foremost, we have the platters that is made from a rigid material such as aluminum or glass. These platters are coated with a thin magnetic material. Secondly, we have tracks. Now, the platters have been divided into tracks. The tracks are the smallest unit of a storage on a disk and are defined by their distance from the center of the platter. The third one, we have sectors. The track now is divided into sectors. Sectors are the smallest individually addressable units of storage on a disk. They typically store a fixed amount of data, commonly 512 bytes or 4 kilobytes. Then we have the inter-track gap, which is separated by two adjacent tracks. It serves as a physical separation to prevent data from bleeding over to neighboring tracks. The inter-track gap allows the read-write heads to move between tracks without interfering with the magnetic information stored on the platters. Last but not least, we have the intersector gap here, which is separated by two adjacent sectors. This gap serves as a marker to identify the start and end of each sector. It helps the read-write heads locate the desired sector accurately during read or write operation. Now, we have cylinder, which is formed by combining the tracks at a given radius of a disk pad. Then we can see the arm assembly is holding the mechanical arm, which we call as read-write head. It is used to read from and write to the disk. Each platter has two surfaces, which is top and bottom, and both surfaces are used to store the data. Each surface has its own read-write head. Next, Brother Adib will demonstrate how the magnetic disk works.
Today I will show how an actuator writes or reads data from the magnetic disk. So let's assume that this is the actuator arm, and at the end of this actuator arm we have the transducer, which is the write or read head. So let's say that we want to write or read data from memory from the magnetic disk. We know that the magnetic disk consists of circular tracks, and those tracks are divided into sectors. So the first thing that we need to do is that the actuator arm will goes from the edge of the magnetic disk to the center of the magnetic disk. Let's say that the data is at the center of the magnetic disk. Here on this track here at the center, the first thing we need to do is goes from the edge to the center, and this is called as seek time. Next thing is that even though the data is on the right track, it may be on the other side of the magnetic disk. Let's say that it is here on the right track, but it's on the other side of the magnetic disk. So we will have to spin, the magnetic disk will have to spin and wait until it goes under the right or read head. This is called as rotational latency. And so when these two things are added up, this is called as seek time, the movement from the edge to the center, and rotational latency, the movement from the other side of the magnetic disk to the to under the transducer. So when seek time plus rotational latency equals to access time. I think that is all from us. Thank you.